Download going, and hello out there in YouTube world. This is being live streamed on Twitch, so you will hear me talking to people, such. But we also put this up on YouTube for anybody that wants to watch, maybe catch up on things, see the adventure and such. All right, with that being said, this is our Warpriest, also known as Stormgar, follower of Imade. And I think you know the rest if you've been watching the other videos, so. And also a big appreciation for all that. For those who've been watching, liking, throwing me some comments and whatnot, I appreciate all of that. You guys are awesome. Okay, I think we're going to start with, let's see here. As a personal chest. Anything inside of it? What is this? Sovereign Dragon. Summons a tiny pet Sovereign Dragon. Sovereign Dragon's great wisdom provides a +1 morale bonus. Oh, I want a small dragon running around with me. Hell yeah. Let's go. Okay, I've got to remember things again. Can you put the pet in a special spot, per se, or how does it work? Let's see. Where's this little dragon that we just got? Aw. I don't see it. Go to a special place? Oh, here it is. Oh. Do the thing. I don't know. And on my shoulder? Not on my shoulder. That'd be cool if it just this is like a little dragon sitting on your shoulder. All right, let's see what's going on in here. I saw some loot a little while ago. Now there's some. Citizens, survivors. Let's take all the things. March on. March on. I don't know if it's like my headphones or what, but it feels like the volume is like way down right now. A young man in well-worn traveling clothes and a simple wooden symbol of Aristil on his chest is efficiently cutting a linen robe into strips to use as bandages. Despite his visible exhaustion, he works with zeal, singing some tune about red braids and ripe sheaves of wheat under his breath. He raises his warm, chestnut-colored eyes to you. Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I am Jernah, servant of Aristil. Pleased to meet you. What are you doing? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. But there's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I at least can cut up the bandages. Well, are you from around here? No, I was just passing through Kenabres. The Kenabri? Kenabri? Kenabres? Alright, we'll just call it Kenna. I was sailing down I'm terrible with some words, just saying. I was sailing down that old man of ours, the Great Selin River, to a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself, but ended up staying in the city longer than I bargained for. Chili Creek? Where is that? It's a small fishing village. Hold on. Me. Okay, we're good. It's not even marked on some maps, but people do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial, and the world wound is a stone's throw away. So I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Once we've held Kenna, I'll be going there. If by the grace of the good gods we all survive this, you should come and visit me sometime. You'll find the village here on the bank of the river. The priest marks Chili Creek on your map. Oh, cool. Aren't you a young and inexperienced cleric? Afraid to go to the border of the world? I could use the help of a cleric. Could I? I think we could leave it there. Okay, I have to go. Consumed by the war against the demons, crusaders sometimes forget that life goes on outside the crusade. Take Journa. Oh, I'll have to go to my quest. Whatever. I leveled up as well too. We gotta. Hold on, we gotta do that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Level 3 Warpriest, Champion of the Faith. Oh, nice. Let's go. We got 2 points to allocate. We've been putting it into religion and persuasion. Charisma skill to hopefully persuade situation. Seems we get a new feat. All right, what do we got here? The recommended is power attack. You just take a -1 penalty on all melee attack rolls. Oh yeah, I remember that little power attack. What else do we have? We already have heavy armor focus. Blind finding is always good too. Combat casting, you're adept at spellcasting when threatened. You get a 4 on bonus checks. I can't remember if combat casting works with priest spells. I don't think priest spells act in that way. Wizard spells, if you're like in melee combat and you're casting a spell, you can there's a chance that you could get it interrupted, but I forget about that. Let's see. Dazzling display. Bewildering show of prowess full round action. Make a persuasion check to demoralize all foes. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. We do have weapon focus on the two-handed hammer, and doing this, we could demoralize our foes, swing it around a little bit and terrify them. Yeah, all right, I'm going to go with Dazzling Display. Let's go with that. I like that. Oh, we get another one. Bonus combat feat. Nice. Okay, what else do we have here? You excel at defending yourself all manner of combat. You treat your total hit die at the base attack with calculated combat maneuver. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Harsh conditions, long exertions do not easily tire you. Gain a +2 to athletics, +4 on fortitude saves. Pretty good. Improve initiative. Quick reflexes allow you to react rapidly to danger. You get a +4 initiative attacks. That's pretty good. So we could maybe go first, especially being a war priest. That really would have a lot of good stuff. What's this? Physical might is intimidating others. Add your strength modifier to persuasion skill when used to intimidate checks. In addition to your charisma modifier. Oh. Ooh, so with this and the one we just took, we pretty much will demoralize our enemies all the time. Okay, I'm going to take this. Yeah, I want this guy to be like, he's like a, when someone sees him like walking up on them and whatnot, especially if they're evil, I want them to quake, to fear. I want them to fear. Yeah, so this should be, make a persuasion, intimidate check. Yeah, so it is an intimidate check. And then on top of that, when used to intimidate, we'll also get our strength modifier. So we'll get a +3 plus, so we'll get a +4 every time. Yeah, okay, I like that a lot. Let's go with that. That sounds excellent. All right, we could definitely do. Me likey, me likey. Okay, so we have a priest over there. Gave us a quest. Let's see, who else do we have here? Bartender. Wait, I gotta get rid of this first. A strange figure towers over the bar, a hugely ungainly man with skin so milky white that his blue veins are visible even from a distance. His bald head is equally parts lumpy and pitted, and blood-filled eyes stare impassively out at you from beneath his pale brows. The glass in the albino's large, clumsy hands looked dangerously delicate, as if one twitch of those callous fingers would be enough to crush it. A gold medallion engraved with a tankard gleams around his neck. All it be. Oh, let's drop a lore on him. The medallion you're wearing. That's a sacred symbol, isn't it? Are you a cleric of Cade and Killeen? I'm the tavern keeper. Best to see. Best there's ever been. And I pray to the best god there is. How'd you end up in the Crusader City? How'd anyone end up here? How did you? Or them? The world is big, but this still isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. What can you tell me about the city? There are demons everywhere. And you showed up. Would you say there's any places in the city worth visiting? Well, if you mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, then there are plenty. Like the Pataxian wine cellar. It once belonged to a Pataxian trading house. The king of Areti came in power in Pitax. Properly started changing hands. Soon after, the cellar's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of him, mind, just his head. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street. They ended up on the gallows. Then King of Areti's number was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders the place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Alright, sounds good. Well, I have to go. The tavern keeper sees you off with a subtle twitch of his pale eyebrows. Alright, we got another quest. Yeah, so it looks like we're going around here picking up all the quests we can get, which is always cool. Gotta get those side quests. We're definitely gonna... We can learn more about our party members as well, too. Like, Camellia. Greetings. The neat smile on Camellia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. Tell me, where'd you learn to wield the rapier so well? I had good teachers, although they don't get all the credit. I am a most diligent student. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where'd you get it? Oh, my little trinket? It's so nice of you to notice, but I assure you this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? That seems sketchy. You're much more relaxed during combat. Your battle cries are uninhibited. She blushes slightly and lowers her eyes. Oh, so you've noticed. To be honest, I find it embarrassing. You see, being a shaman means having spirits of battle as my ever-present companions. In the heat of combat, they become rather, vocal. Your speech tells me you're noble birth. Camellia laughs her practiced musical laugh. As she watches you from her under-lowered lashes, you're most insightful, a fine quality to have. Camelia's laughter ends and unspoken words hang in the silence. Oh, well, forgive me if my questions disturb you. I couldn't resist such a noble and beautiful lady. I will stop. Oh, we flirting already? Oh, we're flirting already. Okay. Not at all. Our conversation is exquisite delight. Amelia affords you a brief friendly smile and appreciation. Oh, hey! All right. Okay. Oh. Well then. Our first flirt. Not that we're keeping track. But we're so keeping. All right. What do we have here? There is a person here in the... There's two people here that have names. Let's go see who they are. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard mumbles a prayer. He looks as tired as everyone else in the tavern, but determination is stamped upon his haggard face. What can I do for you? Who are you? Belisili Marathimus, rector of the local temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here much longer, the city will be lost as well. Who's the boy with you? This one? Kayado the shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy and his faith is strong. He serves Aristil, though, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. Alright. Sounds good. I'm figuring there's probably like a shopkeeper in here, too. Anavia in her muted colors blends almost perfectly into the background. She appears relaxed, but her seemingly unfocused eyes are taking in everything around her, tracking and filtering potential threats. The only tell is the way she drums her fingers on her hip near her weapon sheath. She shows no sign of her injuries and confidently leans on her previously broken leg. She pretends to have noticed you, even though she watched you approach from afar. Oh, hey, see how they patch me up? Now I can run, jump, or dance a jig if I feel like it. Tell me, are there any suspicious places in the city I should pay attention to? Well, there were a couple spots I wanted to check out, but I didn't have time. If there really is a den of cultists there, it would be good if you could swoop in there and bust some heads. You don't even need a search warrant. First one is the Silken Thread. It's a funny little tailor shop that doesn't take any orders and never buys any fabric, but they always seem to be oh so busy. They're busy with something in there, all right, but sewing ain't it. Or, sorry, sewing it ain't. All right, so we have the Silken Thread. Second one is an alchemy shop, Topaz Solutions. And they trade in everything, not just healing potions. Judging by the ingredients they've been buying on the black market, there's something fishy about the alchemical rituals going down in that place. Tell me more about yourself. He shrugs with a lazy smile. I'd be happy to, but there's kind of nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Well, how did you meet Erebeth? Oh, I was bumming around time in a while back, doing this and that. Desmond temples sometimes give me odd jobs. You know, sometimes they needed people with skills like mine. On the surface, it was fine. I guess after Nadal, the freedom of the River Kingdoms should have seemed like my heaven, my chance to sit back and enjoy life, but I wasn't happy. There just wasn't any joy in my new life. I was all alone. No one cared about me, and I didn't care about anybody either. I struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. Tying a stone around my neck and jumping into the nearest river started to look pretty appealing. One day I was hired to follow some fellows who the local authorities suspected were Rasmirian spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting. Finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me since I didn't have the guts to do it myself. They grabbed me. I thought they'd gut me on the spot, but instead they hogtied me and dragged me off. And just like an animal going to slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. Well, they brought me to the stinking cave, threw me on their altar, and I realized it was Kuthites from Nadal. They tracked me down after all those years. I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't even have cared if they'd eaten me or whatever. We all gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there staring at those knives pointed at me when fate rolled the dice and I hit the jackpot. Erebeth. There she was, storming into the cave. Picture it. I'm lying on an altar with all these knife-wielding maniacs around me, and suddenly Erebeth storms in. I thought it was Imade herself. Fierce in her shining armor with her gleaming sword raised, she made quick work of those scumbags, chopped them up just like that. I didn't have time to blink. She untied me, and then... Neva's face lights up as she chuckles. She looked through the papers they had on the table, and she started swearing like a sailor. So much for Imade. So how did you and Erebeth end up in Kenna? Well, after almost becoming a human sacrifice, I knew I never wanted to leave Erebeth's side. Desmond knows I fell for her instantly, and I fell hard. My misery was gone, and when Erebeth showed me that what was in those papers, proof that the cultists had a nest in her home city, I offered to help without a second thought. You must have figured I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultists, but I didn't give a damn about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her, even on a crusade or into the jaws of a dragon. But I took to life in Kennebra. Yeah, we'll call it Kennebra. There we go. Like a duck to water. I used to be an outcast wherever I went. But half of the crusaders are the same. After all, who'd volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta be either a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life out in the normal world with normal people. People come here to run away from their deaths, their past, from themselves, so I fit right in. Well, thank you for the answers. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of makes me feel better. So what are the responsibilities in the Eagle Watch? Oh, nothing official. I'm not even a knight, you know. I just hang around. Sure you want to know the details? Catching traitors and spies and cultists is no walk in the park. It's a delicate job. Can't always do it all within the letter of the law. What if we surprise some suspicious blighter with an official search? Everyone will know about it before long, starting with their cronies. And again, sneaking into people's houses at night ain't exactly legal. Crusaders can't be doing stuff like that, can they? Well, I'm not exactly a knight. Alright, you watch yourself now. Oh, I will. Let's see. Land is over here. Here for a chat? I've been waiting for you to come and see what strange beast you've taken into your party. Tell me more about you. Let me guess. Your first question is, can you wear a hat with one horn, am I right? Let's see. Well, I will say you speak common much better than the rest of your tribe. Funny enough, common isn't all the common underground. But your observation is correct. I used to live on the surface with my parents for a while, and had a chance to learn a couple things. The language, and the fact that every peasant who sees my scaly mug screams demon and runs away. I don't know if you're interested, but my mom wasn't from an underground tribe. She was a smuggler, the kind that used the dungeons of Kenna to secretly move and store goods. One time, two gangs couldn't agree on how to share a prime cut, got into a fight, and the winners threw the losers down a hole, dead and living alike. My dad went to check if the corpse had anything useful on them, and he found a girl from the surface, barely clinging to life. An incredible feeling sparked between them, or maybe the girl just liked men with scales and a cat nose. That might be it. One way or another, he got her back on her feet, and he later even left his home caves. She left her smuggling behind, and they began an honest life together. That's a delightful story of how old land came into this world. The next chapter, however, my family and I never stayed in one place for long. We lived sometimes on the surface and sometimes underground. We couldn't find a place to call home. Living in the caves was hard on my mom, and my dad's appearance raised too many questions in Mendev. They're at war against the demons, after all. In the end, my parents decided to stop making each other miserable and separated. My father and I returned to our tribe. I think the peasant's screaming demon had something to do with it. Or maybe Dad just couldn't stand life without rat tail soup. I wouldn't rule out the possibility. You come with me so you can see the surface again. No, that wasn't it. I just don't have that much patience for certain types of creatures. Demons. I mean, they want us to destroy Kenneber. I'll be on the side of the people they're attacking. Well, lad, you're my companion. Companions should trust each other. Counting on you to give me honest answers, not excuses. I guess you're right. I shouldn't have been so evasive. It's just that some things are hard to talk about. My family, for example. My birth. Hell take me, turned out to be a great misfortune for my parents, and all because I'm relatively healthy. I'm the best thing that can come from a marriage between a cave-dwelling mongrel and anyone from the surface. A healthy child with the right number of hands and feet, no parent defects, no missing organs or other problems. They saw hope in me, so risked having more children. They thought it would somehow be all right. I could have had 4 brothers. The first was born 2 years after me and died 3 years later. He didn't have a nose, nothing even remotely resembling one. He could only breathe through his mouth. Mom and Dad were afraid to take their eyes off him, fear he'd choke and suffocate on something. In the end, it was his weak heart that killed him. Then there was another pregnancy and birth. I pretended I was sleeping, but snuck out of my bedroom and listened under the door. All those hours, it was very strange, but I never heard the newborn screaming. Mom moaning, yes, the priest praying. Then I dared to open the door a little and looked inside. The priest stood there very pale. One of them was holding something, a small object that fit in his palm. He asked, "Do you know what this is?" And the other said, "I think it's a head." Ooh. Oh, please, go on. Land pauses, exhales, and continues in a steadier voice. It turned out that this time my mom was expecting triplets. The first of the babies was born in pieces, and the 2 others didn't live long enough to draw their first breath. About 3 weeks later, my father took me to the caves. He didn't want to leave. I could see it in his face, but I think my mom and he decided it together. The curse my people have carried since the first crusade stood between them, not to mention the 4 dead babies. An old age was rapidly taking its toll on my father after we returned to the cave. He only lived another 4 years. If you're asking me why I decided to go up with you to the surface and join the Crusaders, well, the answer is I've always wanted to. I was afraid to leave my tribe, but it always haunted me that I'd die in a world where 4 crusades could do nothing to stop the beast from the abyss, and the number of victims kept growing. I want to change that, or at least to try to. And if changing things is too much to ask, then at least get a little revenge. The ones who are behind the world wound owe me a great debt. The lives of 4 brothers, all my mother's tears, my father's broken heart, it's a lot. It's so much that killing a couple demons won't do it for me. I want to do something real, and I'm ready to pay any price. Call it my personal crusade if you like. I used to think that things could be better if I'd never been born, but now I think I was born for this, to settle the score. So why didn't you go up and join the Crusades before? Well, I couldn't just abandon my tribe. I'm their best hunter. They'll have it much harder without me. But now the demons have nearly destroyed Kennemer, and the caves almost collapsed on our heads, sitting and waiting it out just wasn't an option anymore. Anyway, I'm more useful up here than I am down there. Plus, the chief let me go, which means my debt to the tribe has been paid. Would you like to find your mother? No. The word flies from Land's mouth faster than an arrow. Then after the pause, he continues, I don't want to meet her. Not because I feel any resentment. It's just that she's a half-elf. She's barely got her first gray hair, and I'll be a ramshackle old man. She buried enough children. There's no need to make her witness the death of another one. I hope you understand. You know, your parents' love didn't survive hardship, but that doesn't mean the same thing will happen to you. What if you find true love, someone who won't leave you no matter what? Break my beloved's heart when I die in her arms 5 years later? That's a fine thing to do to a person you love. And again, there's a chance I'll inspire some tragic bard to write a tearful ballad. Oh, I guess it's true. Thanks for sharing, lad. All right, let's see here. So mongrels have short lifespans, but you don't look like you're getting old or dying. How old are you? I'm as old as I look, no surprise there. But remember Sol? He's 10 years older than me. I remember him back when he was a fearless warrior, and day by day I watched him turn to an old man. Him and my father. It happens very quickly. First you miss a shot because you don't see the target as clear as you used to. You think it's because your eyes are tired. You tell yourself it'll get better tomorrow. Then you notice you're having trouble breathing, and that climbing it's harder than before. Excuse me. Land clenches and unclenches his human fist. Your fingers start blending. You have to tie your sword to your hand. You can't even put you on your greaves without help. When you're washing your face in a stream, sometimes you catch sight of a gray-haired, wrinkled old man you don't recognize. And this goes on, until one day you come across a cave beast and you realize you can't outrun it. My dad kept diaries marking all the signs, and I saw it too the last year. I had to help him get out of bed, help him dress, remind him to eat. Sometimes he forgot my name. I told him that we should have stayed on the surface, and he joked that dodging a goddess was a behavior unworthy of a crusader. He meant Pharasma. Let's see here. Okay, I think that's good. What do you think of life on the surface? It must be very different from life on the ground. Of course, as far as living conditions, the surface is definitely a better place to be. It's easier to get good food and water, not to mention build a house and even grow a few things. In older, well-established settlements, you don't have to deal with anything scarier than rats. Well, maybe foxes stealing chickens. As for the kind of lives you have, I heard a story about demon worshippers abducting a whole family and sacrificing them one by one while the others watched. But there were some brave crusader knights nearby, and they killed the villains and saved everyone. And I heard another story. A young blacksmith lost his arm in a fire, couldn't work to feed his wife and baby. They tried their best and lived from hand to mouth, but they were still destitute. In the end, the desperate blacksmith robbed a traveler one night on the road, but there were some braver crusader knights nearby, and they caught the robber and threw him in prison. Not long after, his wife smothered their baby and hanged herself. Jesus. Okay, that's dark. Up here, the same person could proudly say he's protecting the innocent from demons and then look the other way while the same innocent starves just because they were born to a poor family. Queen Galfrey prolongs her life with a sun orchid elixirs that cost enough to feed an entire city. Back in our caves, everyone is equally poor, and if one person starves, the whole tribe starves. We don't abandon our own in times of trouble. That's the power of a tribe. The laws of the surface are made so that some get everything and others get nothing. I might just be a naive fool from the caves, but I don't understand how it's possible to have so much more and share so much less. You know? Well, that's a thing. Let's see. I think we're going by good here. I'd never leave a needy person in trouble. I've been given more than most, which means I'm now more than able to help others. Fitting reply. Don't take my words as a reproach. I like grumbling as much as crackling jokes. Alright. Let's see. You said you were prepared to risk your life to do something meaningful. What exactly did you mean? To invent a new salad and have it named after me. Truth be told, I don't know. It would be much easier if all I really wanted was to kill demons, then a few more demons, then more demons after that. Good, honest rage and no needless brooding. I think I actually envy the warriors who can live like that. But I can't. If life's taught me anything, it's that there are no easy choices. Dying a glorious death isn't enough. Some heroes of the Crusades did that and also saved entire settlements, erected the ward stones. Their actions kept the lands of Mendev safe for decades. That's what I want. My dumb short life to have meant something. You think I have an exaggerated opinion of myself. Some scaly freak crawls out of a cave and wants to take control of the ward stones and flaunt Amadeus' banner. Any fool can charge at the front lines of the demonic armies and die there. But what good will it do? I want something meaningful, you know? Even if I have to pay the highest price, especially if I have to pay it. There are plenty of worthier people who need to survive this war and tell everyone else what nutcases we were. I like land. Gotta say, I like land. Thank you for your answers. Woo, got a lot to talk about there. Let's see, who do we have here? We have a few people. We have Hilor, Sela, and Irabeth. And we got loot. Hilor and the Spinner of Nightmares. Oh, there's a book about Hilor. This guy right here. All right, did we talk to everybody around here that we want to? Did we go in all the places? I just want to double check before I go there because it looks like that's an important spot over there. All right, been in here, took care of that. Got my little dragon. And over there, talk to them. That's the way to go outside. Okay, let's talk to... Hey, who's Pink Eye? Okay. Wait, who's the other person? Someone under Pink Eye. Ah. An imposing young Ored is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging on to her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Jiska legionnaires from the last war and the crusaders. The perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of well-balanced war machine. Not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again, why am I supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults where everyone is fighting for their ego and the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice? Some of the crusaders grumble unhappily, but it is clear that they are captivated by the woman's words. The only exception is a scraggly and deceitful halfling monk whose puffy black eye gives him away as a brawler and a troublemaker. He enthusiastically pushes forward and tries to engage, but one of his friends swiftly jabs him in the back with an elbow, making the poor fellow pause to catch his breath. Ah, it looks like we had ourselves a student of warfare. The woman gives you a suspicious look and raises an eyebrow. Were your words meant to recognize my achievements or start a fight the way the Mendivian crusaders usually? One of the crusaders angrily curls his fist tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If those gists of yours, or whatever had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think... That was always a classic saying, right? Guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? Soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and pique. The woman chuckles before cutting off. I would love to see you storm a 60-foot-tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on his back. And I'll have you know these fortifications were defended by Jitskin priest craftsmen armed with the demon-bound war machines. Oh, this sounds like fun. They use the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her clothes. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history and warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. This lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? You know you're wrong to treat the Crusaders with such disdain. Allow me to explain. Oh, I gotta do this. A debate. Oh, I'll be happy to prove that the current conflict can't hold the candle to the last war of Jiska. Very well. The last war of Jiska was waged using a significantly greater number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. Compared to Jitska, we are but stone club-wielding kobolds. I would like to conclude my thesis with the words of wise counsel from Duggan, the advisor of the Pharaoh of Forgotten Plagues. I doubt you will comprehend the true genius of his statement, but here it is nevertheless. A gadfly sees the ox pays no heed to the gadfly, but crimson fever takes them both. Alright, we have a couple choices. So, diplomacy. The events of the past are shrouded in legend, but the fate of the world is being decided here and now. That is what you fail to grasp. Knowledge. Principles of war are always the same weapons. Causes and resources may change, but the foundations remain immutable. Let's go with diplomacy. The earnestness of the faces around those who've taken away Indira's panache, encouraging her to backtrack and stumble over words. Of course, I'm not trying to diminish the importance of current events. What I'm trying to say is that from the standpoint of history, and particularly the history of warfare, she falls silent, fixedly staring at the unfriendly eyes of her audience. The true importance of these developments won't become obvious until later. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there is a certain truth behind your skeptical statements. However, history is a complex discipline rooted in fact and evidentiary based that grows ever more meager the farther the described period is from the present moment. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith, the way Crusaders embellished their tales of slaying in single Brimarack by adding a dozen Balors, for example, I could win this debate. But I am above such things, and therefore I am forced to admit your skepticism is not entirely without merit. Well, I'm sure you would have been able to expound on your arguments in a longer discussion. I'm glad we both understand this limitation. It's always a pleasure to face a worthy opponent, even if the debate takes place in a grimy tavern. Perhaps especially because of that. Indara unbuckles her sword belt and hands you the weapon. This is a worthy blade. It will be of use not only for the strong, but also for the wise. Hey, I got a sword out of that! And this is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock, but it's about time I get back to my research. Stay safe. Alrighty then. Well, that was interesting. Alright, now I'm curious. What kind of weapon did we just... Let's take a look here. What do we have here? The Claw of Jitska. It's a short sword. Okay, okay. It's got flaming, finesse, wielding. Nice, nice. Okay, so a flaming weapon with a +1 enhancement. Not too shabby. Oh. Oh. I gotta find a shopkeeper as well, too, because I gotta sell this stuff. But first, let's talk to these people. A tall, athletic man greets you. His hair is prematurely gray and shorn close to his head in a military style. He's lean and well-groomed, and a monocle twinkles coldly in his eye. No monocle on the picture, just saying. The bold set of his jaw and large jaw but agile frame attest that here is a man who is always ready to be on the move. Greetings! I am Hilor, venture captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm the superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I've had to work alone without the support of the Society, but I've made a lot of acquaintances along the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. Oh, okay, so this is where technically I could probably grab up like my own players and stuff like that if I want, like I did in Kingmaker. Maybe down the line we'll do that. We'll see what happens. Well, my companions and I need good training. I will get a great mentor from Absalon for the first few times. He'll train your fighters free of charge. Oh, okay, and this is where we can also retrain our skills and everything. All right. Yes, and Sela. Paladin. Hey there. During the march through the dungeon, we never got a chance to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. Irabeth said your friend Jenna Aldori is missing. Do you know where we should look for her? Irabeth is worried about her fighters, I understand that. I wanted to look for Jana myself, so I didn't distract you, but since you're into this too, I could use some help. Jana and I met in Canberra a few days ago, and I just hit it off. We went drinking together. We went to the unforgettable celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd, so we should start looking for them from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Jana's a good fighter, even if she is green. She couldn't have become an Aldori otherwise. I hope that means she's all right. Tell me more about yourself. Of course, ask anything. I'll answer honestly. Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit from Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Imade. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to their ranks more than I belong to any other place. You've come to Mendev by a long road. A very long one. Traveler is expected to have amusing stories. Unfortunately, I have only 3 tales of interest. I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it's time to start bragging. And that just won't do. Especially since I'll win the night with my cautionary tale, a battle with chupacabras. Yeah, we'll drop down a little lawful here. Why not? Isn't your attitude toward life and war too carefree, especially for a paladin? Is that a hint of reproach? If you're only just asking, then no. I don't think so. You have to know when it's time for jokes and when it's time for mourning. The right moment for joys and sermon. For some reason, I just started thinking, there's a time for... Yeah, there's a song. There's a song. Back in the 60s. Anyway, look it up. The right moment for joys and sermons, and sometimes a good traveling story can be all those things. If it entertains and purifies the soul, then that story about the chupacabras is one of the good ones. Picture a small town in Kadira, and down the dungeon there's 2 murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows are already built for them. The rope's been bought, but sometimes life takes a surprising turn. Suddenly a paladin of Imade appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her, the fights of monsters, they live. If they survive, that is. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death, with a glimmer of hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are, traveling through the desert, me and my friend, a priestess of Senarenre, along with the little ratfolk fellow who asked for our help, and 2 cutthroats. We get to the ratfolk village and see their bodies laying around, all drained dry. We figured we'd have to fight vampires. That's how the little ratfolk described the monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went in all brazenly. The sun was high and the vampires couldn't attack until dusk. But we never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, quick as wind, attacked us from all sides. Not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we pulled from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the ratfolk, and Kira. That was the name of the priestess. We all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. And just when we thought the end had come, chupacabras surrounding me like a pack of dogs around a bear, a ratfolk friend wounded and down, and the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters clenched on Kira's shoulder, right dead. When all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast, attacking Kira. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like. Well, this was it. A moment before we lost, a moment later we had it back under control. Chupacabras dropped dead one by one. The little ratfolk is reunited with his family, who were hiding in the basement. The priest and I closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. It was a shame he didn't survive the fight. Gods keep his soul in the journey through the afterlife. That's a good story. He could have died in disgrace on the gallows, but instead he died a hero. And I'd fancy the stunt earned him some points of his final judgment. It's hard to remember our journey doesn't end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, that was his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me, Kira, and all the ratfolk would be dead in that village. Someone told me that kind of deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, an evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. Chupacabras were just a good starting point. So what made you become a paladin of Imade? Steela's gaze sharpens momentarily, then she sighs. That's a serious question and a good one. You should ask of your companions, but it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago, I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Sulku with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, I was a hired sword for a bit. Not the proper origin for a paladin, is it? Back then, Sulku was a city of orphans, widows and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among the victims. People there heard about the new deaths before they finished mourning their previous losses. One day, a group of knights of Imade brought a glimmer of hope to the city, but while others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up their noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. A thief lives one day at a time, that's what they say. I was the type that never thought past the next job. Anyhow, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of the mithril helms. And I was right there when a gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Simi was her name. A dealt blow to her unprotected head, and gnoll, like all those others, she fearlessly driven from the gates of Sulku. That one blow was fatal, but who is really to blame for her death? The gnoll attacker or the young thief named Sela? Even a seemingly small misdeed can have terrible consequences. Yes, you're right 1,000 times over. I hate to say it, but I just didn't see it back then. And if I had never gotten that lesson, my eyes would probably never have been opened. Who knows what would have happened to me if it wasn't for Asime and her bravery and her death. Maybe the world would know Sela as the bandit, not as knight and protector of those in need. There's a saying I like to remember. People rarely find redemption on their own. Someone must show them the way. But you were asking what brought me into the ranks of Imide's... Hold on. Imide's warriors. We all choose the paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by a nobility of spirit, some by a desire to fight injustice. I became who I am through penance and debt unpaid. The day Asemi died, protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for a terrible guilt I felt. Then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better, and I decided that instead I'd try to take her place. I became who she had been and protect the innocence that she would no longer be able to protect. It's a good story. Let's see. Now, what are the principles that the paladins of Imide follow? I'll tell you, I like to recite our code. It feels like I've said it 1,000 times, but it never gets old. There is strength in these words. After a pause, she begins, her voice slow and meditative. I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died. I will have faith in the inheritor. I will channel her strength through my body. I will shine in her legion, and I will not tarnish her glory through base actions. I am the first in the battle and the last to leave it. I will not be taken prisoner by my free will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon a companion, though I will honor sacrifice freely given. I will guard the honor of my fellows, both thought and deed, and I will have faith in them. When in doubt, I may force my enemies to surrender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse a challenge from an equal. I will give honor to worthy enemies and content to the rest. I will suffer death before dishonor. I will be temperate in my actions and moderate in my behavior. I will strive to emulate Imide's perfection. When Discovery attacked Kennebrons, everything seemed to be lost, but the first person I met after the catastrophe was you, my sister in faith. I believe this is a sign that Imide watches over us. I hope that's true. Although, to be honest, our mentors used to warn us against being too eager to see messages from the goddess in every little thing. Being devout is all well and good, but you've got to rely on your own head. Well, thank you. I've learned everything I wanted to know. I hope I didn't bore you. Ask me something else if you like. Well, is fighting demons all you want, or are you looking for something more? How about covering myself in glory and becoming the hero of 100 ballads, or at least a dozen, if they're lively ones? Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the World Wound is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. Being part of the crusade is reward enough for me, but there's something that worries me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the others' orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the World Wound. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things, ordinary misfortunes, you know? I've always liked being a wandering knight because any moment I could get up and go help a poor rat folk whose family has been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favorite dog had gone missing. So here's my answer. I don't have some big important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it, a little bit here and there. All right. Thank you for speaking with me. Well, now, that was a lot of talking. Although we're still technically not done yet, but still a lot of talking. But of course, this is an RPG, and an RPG has a lot of story transition and whatnot. So, we have all that going on. All right, what do we got next? Irabeth. Irabeth rubs her head, her red and tired eyes. Any success? How was the city? What is our main objective? You heard what that demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster in the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Kennebrus, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. Can't allow that, no matter what. We will take it, even destroy it if we must. Imide's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss. Okay. Alright, so I think the first thing we need to do is let's go see if our innkeeper here can buy things. Because we need to get rid of stuff. Weapons. Like all these weapons that run. Dueling sword. Oh, this just tell me which ones can't be equipped. Masterwork Falcata, cool. Masterwork Glaives. Look at that, 580 so far. We have a Marching Terror. Ooh, whenever this glaive lands a hit on a new enemy for the first time, the target receives 1d6 negative damage. Wonder if anybody can use the glaive. And then we have that sword. All right, I'm just going to throw that in there for now. What about armor? Alright. These we're going to have identified. That's the amulet of natural art. That's a ring of protection +1. That's a flow of water. The ring grants a wearer a +1 bonus on saving throws against spells with cold descriptor and adds a +1 in DC for all saving throws against spells with cold descriptor to the wearer. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So I guess once you have it in a thing, it goes ahead and does that. That's good to know. This is all this kind of stuff. Potions and scrolls. Notable things and junky junk. Let's get rid of all the junky junk. Like giant spider legs. Like, who wants to walk around with giant spider legs in their backpack? I don't want to walk around with giant spider legs in my backpack. I don't think so. I'm good with that. I also want to change this into weight. The biggest of stuff. This thing is... Wait. Oh. In ascending order. So we want descending order. Yeah. All our 43 potion of cure light wounds is probably pretty high up there. I'd say so. It's 43 potions. Right, deal. All right, so let's do this now. This is what I used to do back in the day too, is we'd move everything into our shared stash. And then it would just grab what we needed. Oh, I like that you could search. That's nice. Okay, so let's take about a good... Can we split these? Context. Yep. Split them down to 20. We'll put these ones away. We'll keep about 20 on us. That's good. Let's take these. Alright, what do we have? Potion of protection, potion of resist cold. Yeah, let's take a few of these potions. They might come in handy. Protection from evils, sounds good. Let's take the water ring. Let's take these. We can give these to our party members. Oh, definitely take these. These are resurrect. Enlarged person, sounds good. Mage armor also sounds good. Let's take that. First aid kits, let's take those. Okay, I think that is good. And we can always come back in and grab more stuff if needed. I did that a lot in Kingmaker as well, too. Just basically drop everything in the stash, and then when you go out, go back and get what you need. Because I feel like this is going to be like our hub for now. At least that's what it feels like. Alright, let's head outside. Got some quests in our hands now. We've got the village itself to deal with. This place has been sanctified and can protect the area around it from corruption of the abyss. Well, that's always good. Okay, anybody to talk to out here? Let's grab all the loot. Holy mother! Andrew, look what we've got here. You two mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Esterod Museum? Explain yourselves. We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw the looters dragging it down the street and recaptured it. That shiny fella belongs to the treasury. The inlay alone is worth more than a castle. That is one big statue. Can I get that to fight demons? I would like to take that, please. I will fight demons with that. I will win wars with that. Oh, I hit a button, didn't I? Yeah, there we go. Okay. That's a big dude. It is a big dude. How you doing, Hulk? Jorn Vane. The grizzled dwarf turns a blade in his callous hands, careful inspecting its edge, but he sees you approaching. He sets the blade aside and greets you with a nod. "A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Canberra. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Show me your wares." Let's see. The vendor's offer. Let's see what we got. I'm doing good. Just getting back into this. Is our Friday turn-based time. The Living Ram. What's that? There it is. How'd that work out perfectly? Whenever the wearer of this breastplate uses a charge and hits an enemy, they deal an additional... Oh my gods, I want it! Oh, it's medium armor, though. Oh. Oh, I thought it was heavy armor. Damn. Oh, what's this? A smasher. Remember this +2 necrotic earthbreaker confirms a critical hit in an enemy. The enemy must pass a fortitude and suffer 2d strength. The bane of all living things. I feel like a warpriest might not be running around with a bane of living things. Just me. Yes, please. I know, right? Oh, I wonder if they have... Let's see here. A lot of masterwork weapons here. Let's see if they have a masterwork. Great club, long spear, quarterstaff, spear, tridents, hand axe, light hammers, short swords, star knives, and a lot of weapons. Rapiers, scimitars, warhammers. Bardiche. Love your hammers, I know. Here we are, Earthbreaker. Masterwork Earthbreaker is 400. Okay. I have 3,077. I think I could definitely get my hands. Alright, let's go ahead and buy that. Deal! Oh, we have a cold iron one. Alright, so that does what? 2d12? Okay. This iron mined deep underground and known for its effectiveness against demons and fakers. Forged lower temperature to preserve its delicate properties. Oh, it's like the same. Well, you know. Oh, I lost 300. Oh, well. I'll spell some wooden spoons, though. The magnificent glittering golem, encrusted with gems and covered in intricate flowery embossing, triumphantly exclaims, "Happy to be of service. May Shellen brighten and vivify your day." What are you? I am a prestigitor golem. Many millennia ago, I was built by Aslanti clerics of Shelyn, goddess of beauty, to make the world a better place. In my joyful service, I have visited many lands, and for past few centuries, I have resided at the Temple of the Sunrise Prometheus in Tianzia. But then the good clerics saw fit to offer me as a gift to the Mendivian Crusaders, so that you could share in the beauty I create. Well, can you do anything useful? My creators granted me the ability to place illusions on various items. I can change their color and texture to make them more beautiful and appealing to the eye. Would you like me to cast an illusion over your armor to make it green? Green is a very pleasant color, and it would match your eyes. Would it? I thought my eyes were gray. Cast an illusion on my gear. Oh, that's cool. There's like a transmog system in this. Okay. Oh yeah, you can make it look like any of the other armors and stuff. Well, that's cool. So if you had like a magic armor that looks like pretty awesome, you could like make it look like that. Huh. Something I didn't expect. All right. The basement. It's the basement. Loot. I threw a switch. Render thy soul. How many times is that today? Take your jokes and shove them, tiefling. What do we got going on down here?
March on.
Don't mind me, I'm just down here looting everything. You know, I gotta be careful with these levers. I might, like, let this person out and we might be in trouble.
Hey, Chief. Hey, Dreamboat, come over here. I want to talk to you about something. Something really important.
Quit bothering the decent people in here, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out.
What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you. But no one told me I had to shut my trap.
Who are you?
Woljif Jeffdo. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want. Anything. But there's just one problem.
It's too low. We gotta turn this up a little bit. Well, what do you want from me?
I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30
Oh,
minutes
that's much better.
tops. We go someplace, talk to someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations, no problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it. It's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby.
This is like the Loki, isn't it?
What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck in here now, would you?
Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Canabras.
Canabras. Why can I not say Canabras? Okay. Canabras. Okay. Canabras. That's how you gotta say it. It's like, it's Canabras, but Canabras. Okay. Why are you in shades?
Does it really matter? Don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now.
He was caught thieving.
Oh. A shadow, what was that?
Get me out of here and I'll tell you. And don't worry, it's not contagious.
Well, I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you?
That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty looking gal, always wears armor. You can't miss her, she's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will ya? Tell her there's this guy Woljif locked up for no good reason in the Defender's Heart. Well, for the follies of his youth. And he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. You got that? Will you do it?
Well, I need to think about it.
Well, think fast. I'm already losing feeling in my legs sitting here.
Alright, I'll talk to Erebeth.
I knew I could count on you. Knew it the moment I laid eyes on you.
A thief languishing in Defender's Heart asked the passing stranger to speak to Erebeth and free. Okay.
Onwards.
This is stupid. The button won't budge. Oh, this was like underneath the tavern. Alright, we gotta talk to Erebeth and find out what's up with this guy down here. Now I'm curious. Oh, I see where we are now. Oh, I also gotta turn that one off. Or turn both those off for right now. One quick second. Let's turn these two timers off for right now. So Wartober is not going on right now. And the RPG game is off for right now until we get that fixed. Okay. There we go. Much better. Any success? How is the city? Well, there's a tiefling chained up in the Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Woljif is a pretty petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Kenabras. Kenabras. That's what we call them in these parts. It tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Unfortunately, we apprehended only one of them, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's Heart, but there's hardly a prison. Woljif knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free, or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woljif and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let a soldier spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful, should you decide to take him along. Okay. I think we will. I think we'll take him and we'll see what we can do and everything like that. Worst case scenario, we can always tell him to leave, so.
Let us be off.
What's the worst that can happen? Putting a thief in our party. In our midst.
Let's move.
Well, Chief, what do you got for me?
Well, I talked to Erebeth and I've decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes.
You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free.
You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will fleece you for everything you've got. Mark my words.
You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can ya? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. You see, I'm one of those guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got stuck here in the Defender's Heart, a little bird told me that big sister Karazme wanted to see me. That she had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woljif, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woljif, you're so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down, and I just know they want to try to pin something on me. I can feel it in my tail. So, I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean, and I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go, I'll show you the way.
The tiefling's hideout. Okay. In the criminal underworld, there is no concept of justice as honest people would understand. The young thief Woljif knows this, and they knock that off. I can't read the rest of it! Every time! Every time! Unable to identify bracers?
I'll make my own legend.
Really? Now, CD identified bracers. Oh.
I tire of waiting.
Can I use that ring to flow water? Yeah, alright.
Adventures await.
Cool. Alright, well, let's head back upstairs. Or outside. And I believe we've done
Follow me.
everything at this point. Talk to everyone we can. Gonna double check around, make sure there's nothing I missed. Okay, that's the area exit. I feel like we want to pretty much work in the city first before we start going out to any other interesting areas. So let's do that. Oh, wait, I see more loot. Can't say no to loot. Okay, we're gonna bring, let's see, Sela. And land. Oh, current party. Boop, 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 boop. I think we can have up to 6, if I remember right. Yeah, so we should be good. All right, let's see here. We're off into the city. Man, Sela looks badass. That armor. This is the global map of the city of Kenabras. Kenabras. My gods, I'll get it one of these days, I swear. Travel location you have discovered. Hover your cursor. Oh, that's cool. So the city itself, man, that's a big city. Okay. The Great Garrison. We have the Defender's Heart. That's where we're coming from. Best in Canterbury. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we're not coming from there. Divided City. Talk to Horgus. Talk to Staunton. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Teeny bit. That should be good. All right. We have the hideout there where we just met our new person. We got to take Woljif there. All right. That's the wine cellar. Where they said there's howling coming from something howling and scratching in the inside. Been down this road before. I know what that means. It's not good. Okay. Let's take a look at our. Well, okay. Let's do this first. Hold on. Yeah, let's level everybody up first. We're just letting them do their thing. Okay. Good. Ooh, deflect arrows. Nice. Good choice. Let's see our new thief and what they have going on with it. Alright, they are, well, chaotic neutral. Okay, so not evil. That's good. They are, let's see, Eldritch Scoundrel. Students of arcane magic, ledgermen, and stealth Eldritch Scoundrels are a rare breed of adventurer most commonly found seeking lost and valuable arcane writings in the ruins of fallen empires. Okay, so it's like a mage thief. Okay. Very good dexterity with 20. Good intelligence of 18. Okay. They are tieflings. Good mobility. All right. Good trickery. Good stealth. All right. Good. Like it. No effects and conditions. Okay. They have sneak attack. They can trap find. They have simple weapons. Okay. Follows Calistra. Okay. Looking good. Wolf Gypsy's Stormguard purely is a convenient way to solve a few of his problems, at least for now. Could change that around. As a Warpriest, we can make people enjoy our company more, I feel. Hi. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at... Ow! We're going to get slashed by our cat in the arm. That's what we're going to do. Thank you for... Ow! Hi, sweetie. She's like, nope, you're going to pay attention to me. All right, the next thing we're going to do is pet the kitty for a few seconds, and then we'll continue on. God damn. Man, when cats want their time, trust me, they want their time. Let's see, day in the city. We never sampled the special festival drink. We didn't get a chance to sample the special festive drink. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, the Wardstone Legacy we have. This is where we got to talk to Horgus. Show Erebeth the dispatch. We did that. Okay. So we have to go to the Tower of Estrad, right? Okay. Talk to Staunton about the burning city. We have to find the storyteller. Okay. Ow, will you cut it out, please? How many people there are still alive? Okay. Common cause. Gather allies for an attack on the Grey Garrison. Okay. Yeah. We can't do that yet. All right. That sounds good. Be prepared. Let's see. Last chapter to complete the quest, or it will fail afterward. Okay. Cold Waters. Visit Jurna and Chili Creek. Oh, right. Okay. Wait for the liberation of Kenabres. Okay. Find Jenna Aldori, which is somewhere here. Okay. Stolen Moon. Talk to Sister Charisme. Why do I know that? Wait a minute. Is that the one from Kingmaker? I think it is. There should be a way to get across the rift that divides the city. According to Aniva, there is a convenient place to cross in Market Square. Okay. Woljif, a thief languishing in Defender's Heart, asks the passing stranger to speak to Erebith and free him. Okay, that area is complete. Okay, cool. So we got some things to do, and we want to make sure that the big thing is... Gotta find the storyteller and stuff, too. Oh, hi. Okay, you're just gonna come on up here. Oh, there's the Tower of Estrad right here. Okay. We should go to the tower right off the bat. Well, let's go to the Silken Thread. It's right there anyway. Oh, wait a minute. This is the divided city. Okay. We'll go to Market Square. It's like right there. Take 1 hour to travel down there. Let's do it. Hey, what's this? The bloody carcass of a strong steed with a broken leg is covered in mangled armor. The saddlebag is intact. You can procure some regions from creating consumable items here. Okay, I guess we're gonna collect those first. Okay. This is cool. This is like Kingmaker with the big open world, and I feel like this still is an open world, but this is like the city itself, and then they send you down this way now. Actually, you know what? We're going to go up here first and start taking care of the stuff that's up here in the north. Let's do that. 2 hours, okay. You failed to seek past some enemies, prepare to fight. Oh! Okay, well, this could happen. It's initiative time. Good loading times, I like it. Who put the music on? It's got the tunes. It's a Marauder Bard. What? Okay. The Marauder Bard over here. Alright, Lan, you know what to do. Oh no, that's the thief. Oh, nice move. Okay. Ow. Yep, a couple arrows in me. That feels great. Don't think I can charge. No, not yet. I can start making my way down there, though. This will be interesting. I'll be curious if we get our spells back while we're going, or if it's like a rest thing. Hey, can I do that for me?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Okay, I'm missing a miss. Start making our way. It looks like this is our only enemy. It's just the archer, and that's it. Shouldn't be too bad then. Let's get out some divine zapping. There we go. Looking good, looking good. What do we got here? Charge, burning hands, grease spell. Okay. Color spray, 15-foot cone, mage armor. All right. Good, looking good. Do we have anything else we're not using? Jolt, yep. Okay, that's a touch attack. Disrupt undead. Yep. Acid splash, nice. Daze, okay. Ray of Frost, always a good one. Hey, that's the one my that's what my Dragonborn uses in our Ravenloft game a lot. Let's throw an acid splash on this guy. Nice. Man, I love the spells in Pathfinder. I got to say, are pretty awesome. Like the graphics of them and stuff like that. Yeah, there we go. Whoa! It's what we're known for very well, smashing people with a big hammer. Okay, what do we got here? As stated by one of our YouTube commenters, any masterwork stuff is usually the best stuff to take, so we could sell that. I remember that very well, also from take the longbow. I remember that very well, also from
Let us be off.
when we played Kingmaker. We'd always look for masterwork or magical items to sell. All the other stuff is pretty much just common. I mean, you can still make some money off it, but it does weigh you down. Oh yeah, I forgot. Technically, when you hit the thing, it'll tell you if there's stuff that you're missing or whatnot too. So, cool. All right, to the Tiefling's hideout. Gonna go talk to Sister. Twisted Sister! What time we got? 5:38? Yeah, let's see how long we've been going. I usually want to break these up every 2 hours, so that's probably what we'll take breaks. An hour and a half so far. Good, good. The basement is dark and dank, and you are immediately struck by the hostility of the gathered tiefling. 5 of them are kneeling along the wall, separate from the rest. A tall woman who has been cleaning her fingernails with the tip of her knife greets you with narrowed eyes. Brother Woljif, you got my message then. Well, sorry I couldn't swing by sooner, dear Sister Charisme. It was just one of the thing after another. First I was in shackles, next, well, no, I was still in shackles, and I was always being watched. And then the chief got me out, and I came here straight away. I knew you'd been waiting on me. Enough talking, or else we'll be here all night. So, we had a great, clear plan. We were going to wait for nightfall, slip into the shop, grab the goods, and leave. Even if the neighbors called the guard, there was no time to get away. But what happened? That bitch Erebeth showed up almost right away. She knew we'd be there. Somebody betrayed us, and I have a good idea who it was. What do you have to say to that? Make it quick. Oh, let's see here. Canabrius is burning. Why are you squabbling here instead of fleeing the city? Charisme turns to you. He speaks. I thought Woljif only brought you so you'd have someone to hide behind if things went south. Charisme purses her lips. I'd be glad to leave like the rest of my brothers and sisters, but in the family there's nothing worse than betrayal, and it's something we do not forgive. We don't forgive anyone who lets traitors off the hook either. If I don't find the rat, my superiors, let's just say, I'll wish I was burning in Canabreas. Yeah, I'm saying it right? Canabreas, okay. I want to keep living, so I'm going to take a chance until I find... I'm never going to get this word right until I find out who the traitor is. No one is leaving. The burden of proof lies on the accuser. Woljif doesn't have to prove anything. In a single fluid motion, Charisme adjusts her grip on her knife, so that now she is holding it by the blade, as if preparing to throw it. Burden of proof? Are you a city guard or something? I don't know how it is with your lot, but in the family, the highest rank is always right. And here, that's me. Well, Woljif, tell your side of the story. What happened? What's there to tell? About a week ago, Sister Charisme got 6 of us together in this very basement, me even those 5 other over there. I mean... Woljif jerks his head toward the 5 tieflings kneeling by the wall. She rounds us up, and she says we got a score. And Trees and Wonders, the one place nobody's ever been able to hit. The place that's guarded by a golem. But now a powerful scroll that would knock out the golem just happened to come into our possession, along with a tip-off that the shop owner would be gone on a particular night. All 6 of us knows a bit of magic, and we know that any enchanted junk will sell for a pretty penny, so we're in. And the most important thing was that none of us want to be hanging about the shop ahead of the job. No casing out the place, no calling attention to ourselves from either the golem or its master. The job was top secret. That's all true so far. Go on. Well, we did everything right with the locks and the golem. I picked the lock, and I remember it clear as day. Sister Dalna was on lookout. Brother Melroon had the scroll. Daffy, Tavi, and Varnier brought the sacks. We covered the windows, lit the torches. I remember scooping up rings and tossing them in a sack, and one right expensive one rolled away from me. I crawled under the table after it, and next thing I know, Erebeth was there. Everybody scampered, but I was still under the table, not my finest moment. I was going to wait it out, but then those blockheads were dragging me up by my tail and put me in shackles. They took all my rings off me, about 20,000 worth. Add insult to injury, I never even found the last one. In the end, I got busted over nothing. So they caught you, poor thing, stripped you of your loot, and you didn't even manage to stash anything. Ismay is pointedly polishing her knife. Where's the moon of the abyss, Brother Woljif? What is the moon of the abyss? It was an amulet. I used to sit on a little cushion in the window of Ancestries and Wonders. Sterling silver sparkled like a star. Fine piece of work. On one side there was a half moon, you know, a crescent, a waning moon. And in the middle there was a dark crystal, like it was eclipsing the moon. Old man Philomen was so proud of that amulet, he used to say. I'll never sell it. It's a jewel of my collection. Woljif sighs unhappily. I used to go there to see what kinds of treasures there were in the world. There's nothing else to look at in Canabreas. People used to claim it was a powerful thing, but who's to say? If you ever stole a thing like that, you'd have the guards on you second you tried to fence it. Everybody knew that you were always hanging around Ancestries and Wonders, drooling over the moon and the abyss. Did you think you could swipe it all in one commotion and keep it for yourself? Did you hope that we'd all be locked up and you'd get off scot-free, and with a fancy trick at the boot? Don't take me for a mug, Woljif. I see right through you. Well, wait a minute. Why would Erebeth arrest her own informant? Took the words right out of my mouth. It doesn't make any sense. If I was the rat, I'd have kissed her on the hand and long gone by now. You know me, sister. I'm a cautious fellow, not an idiot. Why would I go against the family? So the fish in the cellar can have a nice Woljif-sized dinner? Well, the abyss is a pretty bauble, to be sure, but it's just an amulet. It ain't worth dying over. You knew Erebus people would protect you. You knew you could pin the moon going missing on them. And now you've come here with backup. You knew exactly what I was going to say to you. Only problem is nobody's returned the amulet to Failman. Are you giving Erebeth a cut, is that it? Have you seen her? Do you think she'd take a cut of anything I offered her? She can't be bought. She's like 3 heralds of Emade all rolled into one. He speaks the truth. You'll find some knights who take bribes. I'm sorry to say, but Erebeth Tirablade isn't one of them. All right, well, go on, Woljif. Oh, that's the whole sorry story. Woljif crossed his arms, looking affronted. Some family this turned out to be. It's just a name in the end. A real family, people take each other at their word. They don't throw around accusations. I didn't take the Moon of the Abyss. What am I going to do with it? You can't sell it to no crusaders. It's a special item. You can't wear it. It'll get nicked. It's pretty to look at, sure, but it ain't that pretty. If it's that important to you, Sister Charisma, I'll find it, and I'll drag the traitor here by his horns. Just so you don't end up at the bottom of the cellar. But do you know what you're going to owe me for that? An apology. Right here and in front of everyone. You're going to apologize loud and clear so everybody hears it. You'll say, sorry, Woljif, you're a good guy and I was wrong about you. Fine. One of my people, which is why I'm going to give you some time. But if you run, Brother Woljif, the family will get you wherever you go. You'll spend the rest of your life looking over your shoulder, tossing and turning at night, fearing poison in every cup and every meal. You'll look into the eyes of every tiefling you meet, wondering if the family's come for you. You'll have no peace, but one day you'll be tired of running. You'll stop to catch your breath, and that is when we'll get you. Got that? You know, you have a way with words, Sister Charisma. A way that almost made me wet myself, but a way nonetheless. Nonetheless. Let's go, Chief. We'll go. See, that's how much she has a way of words. It literally threw me off. We'll go chat to that scaly gal, Irabeth. She knows you, that scary gal. Scaly. Yeah, she's scaly. That scary gal, Irabeth, she knows you a little. We can ask her who ratted us out. I'll let you do the talking. Alright, we'll find the real traitor. I'll get my apology. Onward to Irabeth, Chief. Let's go clear my name. Ow. Please. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go. Go. Go lie down. Root out the traitor. Be quick about it. Time's running out. I don't want to get chewed up by demons. Alright, so we have a quest to go get the stolen moon.
Let's move.
Interesting. Don't mind me. I'm just going to take this stuff from you. I love RPGs. Just go into a place, no matter who owns it, and just take everything. Take it all. It's fine. Okay, so the best inn in Canterburyus is a sturdy building surrounded by a stone wall. The Crusaders who survived the first wave of the invasion set up base here. Okay, yeah, so this will go back to where we were. Defender's Heart. Let's go see if we can do. One thing I like to do usually when I do a quest, if I can, I usually stick to that quest, get it finished, then move on to the next one. So, unless multiple quests can be done in the same area, I'm usually one person. I would like to usually take my quests on one at a time and then do them. Okay, so one thing I also learned is that you cannot rest. You don't get your hit points back when you're traveling. So that's something we're going to have to look into as well, too. So we might have to rest here for the night or something. But first, go talk to Irabeth. It also seems we have two people to talk to, too, that we never talked to originally. Alright. Well, there's a traitor I'm trying to track down. Who is your informant among the thieflings? Canterburyus is threatened by a demon horde, and you have enough spare time to help out thieves? I don't like this, but I hope you know what you're doing. I'll tell you everything I know. Well, there is a method to this madness. Now, I am lawful good, but the way I look at it is these thieves could probably... We need everybody to help us against these demons. We can get them on our side, thieves or not. There's people that can help against demons. I did not see my informant's face. He slipped out of a dark alley, handed me a note, and disappeared. He had a cloak with a hood masking his face, but the long horns didn't fit under it. There should be a guardian golem in Ancestries and Wonders, the shop they tried to rob. The owner gave us the construct's code word just in case. The golem itself was destroyed, but the head seems to be intact, so you can interrogate the thing and find out what it saw. The code word is Hand of Iori. Shop's owner must have escaped, but there's a chance you'll get lucky with the golem. Okay. Beautiful. Now, while I am here, I do want to take a look at, because I did see a thing in here in my journal that said Uh, I talked to Horgus. Yeah. Okay. And then the other thing was talk to Staunton. Let's see if we can find him. Here's Horgus. 1,000 gold coins for you, just as promised. You helped me to get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Horgus Worm always keeps his word. Now, speaking of our future cooperation... Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean, a job for someone like me? For an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in a gutter. Or do you think you're somehow different, a traveling knight perhaps, noble of heart but without a coin to your name? Horgus sizes you up critically, then sighs and shrugs. You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves, so why should I care what you do with my money once you've got it? Horgus seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. Oh, I know people like that. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance. It's as though he's really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Oh, we're going to use this then. Noble birth doesn't give you the right to behave badly. I would ask that you refrain from such statements in the future.
Thunder, see the fire, Dr. Death, here comes.
I'll find if I can turn that down a little bit. Hey, Dr. Death, what's going on? That's got to be probably desktop audio. There we go. Get a nice balance in that. Alright, good. Horgus puts his hands on his hips. Oh, really? How impudent. No one dares tell Horgus Worm how to address the rabble. Alright, so what does this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. You see, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Canabreus. I still have. Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in a wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. You're just trying to figure out how to make 1K appear. Sacrificing and soul situate, I feel like might have to do with that. A book made of flesh, you know, and maybe a virgin, possibly some sort of stone altar somewhere in a very like demonic looking place. And I mean, you could maybe get on 1K out of that. You tired of some price increase? Yeah, that will do it. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expected the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what happens here since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at the mansion and guard me until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but they've no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Also, please, do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is noble birth, after all. I guess we can help him out. Marvelous, most excellent. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry, I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry, unless you want me to lower your reward.
Let us be off.
Alright, so now, well, we're going to get a rest on first, because we need to get our health back up after that fight.
You aren't from a noble family, right? You were taught to fight and read prayers, but I can
It's
pick
not
a
on.
street rat out of a crowd of aristocrats.
Right, and they keep looking at me like I'm about to blow my nose on the curtains, especially the ones whose nightly services don't go any further than marching in parades.
Yes and no. So, yeah, there is a way that we could turn it back on, but I'm not going to do it today because I am recording. So with that being said, I want to try to have as much less distractions as possible So if it breaks and whatnot, and I have to keep restarting it and stuff, I got to stop the recording I'm doing. You know, I've got to stop what I'm doing here and stuff, and it makes it kind of a pain. Tomorrow we might try something. There is a temporary fix where we can up the enhance. So it seems to be what the problem is that what's going on is that so people have high weapons and whatnot and high AC. And what's basically happening, from my understanding, from what Firebottle told me, is that what's going on is it's a continuous battle that doesn't stop. So basically what it's doing is like trying to break an AC that you can't break without maybe like a natural 20, and that's it. And that's the only way it will pretty much, like, so there's like no victor per se. So the way we can fix it though is if we up the, oh, here's Ston. Cool. The way we can fix it is if we up the amount of enhancements you can do through the blacksmith. So basically I could go in and I could change it so instead of, I think it's like +5 right now, we could edit up to like +10 or something like that. And that should let it fix itself. But I don't want to take that chance right now because, again, on Fridays I do record this and I want to try to have as most minimal things I can because people, you know, want to watch it and stuff on YouTube. And I don't have to be there sitting there. Hold on a second, I gotta redo Firebot and stuff. People are gonna be like, what the hell's Firebot? Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the Grey Garrison. Name's Stoughton Vane. If you heard rumors about me, well, just so you know everything people say about me, it's true. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. You know where I can find him? A storyteller. A strange old fella, that one. He used to sit with me for hours asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he is alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library here. I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use the library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. Okay. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor as bad as Early Verlesh. That disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. That Queen Galfrey should never have spared me. That I belong on the gallows. Why do they hate you so much? You really don't know. Staunton gives you a long, morose look, then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in the fortresses at the edge of the World Wound instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the Wound, the mighty unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and all because of my stupidity I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. As you can see, I've fixed nothing and I have earned no one's forgiveness. But you're gonna spit in my face too. Wouldn't surprise me. Let's see here. Can go with the good. Keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better because that's what the Queen ordered you to do. There is no honor in that. We'll go with good. I hope you earn your forgiveness. Thank you from the depths of my soul, I thank you. But I haven't had the hope for a long, long time. Okay. I think we're good then.
March on.
Don't think we can get him as a companion, so... Be cool to have a dwarf, but just not yet. Alright, let's go ahead and save. We have everybody here. Alright, cool. Alright, so right now we're working on Woljif's quest. We'll do that. Oh, I'm going to turn the light on real quick. Back in a second. Quick second. Okay. So, we have to go to the shop and go talk to that golem's head. So let's go do that. Like I said, we do usually one quest at a time. So we're gonna go do that.
Yet another obstacle.
Alright, what do we got going on here? Thieves? Nope. Cultists. Even better. Looks like about 3 cultists.
Cover me, all right?
Nice. That sneak attack in the beginning. Good move, good move. Second here. You have new spells? You did level up. Nope, nothing new. Okay. Let's throw a daze on this guy. Nice. Save and throw failed. Got a daze going on. Awesome. We'll move over here. Sela can charge right in. Just note that some of the quests will fail if you progress the main story too far. Only reason I say this is it does say so in the trailer. Oh yeah, no, I see it. I see the ones that say which ones will progress if you continue. That's why I'm doing side quests more than anything else now. Oh. I missed.
Stab you or zap you? Why not?
Nice. We'll have Camilla help over here. Nothing I can really do. I'm not gonna make it to that. I can start moving my way in. That's about it.
You won't survive me.
Nice. We go to exit. We'll see what we got here. All right. Any masterwork stuff here? Yep. Masterwork glaive, regular dagger, masterwork glaive. We want to take the masterwork stuff. We're going to leave just the commons. Leave the armor. That's fine. Perfect. Bum, bum, bum. All right, let's go to the Ancestries and Wonders shop. Let's see if we can find. Like I said, the method of my madness, if we could try to get these thieves on our side, help against the demons, we can use all the allies we can get. Even if they are thieves.
Now what is that?
Please, get me out of here. Free at last. I thought I'd be flattened like a pancake under that rubble. Much obliged. Damn, I'm not in any pain, but my head is still foggy for some reason. What's with all the hubbub in the city? The name's Finian. I'm a Pathfinder. If there's anything I can do to help, I will.
This is a talking weapon. The city is under attack by demons.
Wait, what? The last thing I saw was some thieves breaking in here. And then the guards came, everyone was running around. After that, it's a bit of a blur. Right when things got intense, they dropped the cabinet on me. I couldn't even help the owner. I was just lying under the shelves like a dimwit until you came along. If there are demons in Canabras, we must do something about it.
Canabras! Oh my gosh, I'm still saying it wrong.
Hey, do you mind taking me with you? I don't think I can handle this alone. And besides, the more the merrier.
Canabras. Okay. Keep going, Canabras. People on YouTube are probably like, oh my god, you just can't get it right. No, I can't. I can't. The city of K. You're a Pathfinder?
That's right, Finian Dismar, Pathfinder and Crusader. I roam around the world wound wherever my tasks lead me. Scouting mostly, but this last while I've just been hanging around in Canabras, waiting until I'm needed again. I'm bored out of my mind, but at least this shop makes for better lodging than some inn.
Well, what I meant was, what are you?
What's that supposed to mean? I just told you. You want to know where I hail from, is that it? Well, I'm from around here, actually. We Kelets of the Star-Eye clan fled when the World Wound troubles began. But I couldn't stand by while the demons wreaked havoc, so I came back. Or did you mean to ask about my weapon of choice? My best weapon is every weapon. I'm a skilled and capable fellow, if I do say so myself. I can swing a sword and poke with a spear, but what I am best at is communing with the spirits. They call folks like me Phantom Blades.
A Phantom Blade? What's that?
It's like a spiritualist, but with a twist. It means that some spirit took a liking to me at some point, and it can turn into whatever weapon I need. Handy, eh? I don't need any whetstones or enchantments. Doesn't take up space either. Although, to be fair, it's not a barrel of laughs. The spirits that bestow this kind of power don't come from happy places, and they're not exactly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They usually appear after great battles that leave few survivors.
How'd you end up in the shop?
I've been waiting here so long I don't even remember anymore. Just sitting and waiting for any word from the Pathfinders, but it looks like everyone has forgotten about me. The shop owner is an old friend of the Pathfinders, so I've taken up residence here.
Well, alright, I'll take you with me.
I swear you won't regret it. I can do all sorts of things. Is there anything your party is missing? A sword, a spear, a bow? Just say the word.
You now have a unique companion, the talking weapon. You can access him by pressing the R2. Okay, select a Finian. Open this window to start a dialogue with him or to change his form. He can take the shape of any weapon, and you can, then you can give him to one of the characters in your party. There are no limitations to changing Finian's form. Finian will become more powerful as personal story progresses. Oh my god, I want to wield Finian. Yes! We need to wield Finian. That's amazing. Alright, what are we going to do here? Finian the talking weapon. What do we got here? 2 to 12, okay. It's got Cold Iron, Ghost Touch, and Enhancement. Oh my god, I'll take that. Alright, Finian, I'm gonna wield you. This sounds so dirty in so many ways. Okay.
This is my path.
We'll have to talk to him more later. Alright. That is awesome.
I stand ready.
Okay. Wait, I thought it said I can wield it. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe it says a party member or something like that. Let's see. No, nobody can. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna have to take a look at this. Oh, I guess the polymorph wasn't done yet. In the main hand of Sela. Oh, no. No. The main hand of Stormguard. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I got to put it in my actual main hand. There we go. All right, Finian.
Lead on.
You're my weapon now. Formerly well-appointed shop now looks like a sorry state. It's been completely ransacked. Lying in the corner next to a scorched wall, the soot-covered shards of a clay golem's head. Golem's eyes glows in the gloom. Master, old word. The hand of Iori. Old word correct. Awaiting orders. Tell me about any suspicious people who came to shop in the last week. 56 individuals entered the shop. Human female, old, no male, old, human female. You'll be reeling off customers till nightfall. We need to ask in a different way. For any of the suspicious people, tieflings. Tieflings, 3. Tiefling male, middle-aged. Tiefling male, young. Tiefling female, young. Describe the middle-aged tiefling. Medium height, long horns, medium length tail. Eye color, pale, blue, skin color, dark. Special observations, red hair. Oh, that's our trader. I bet your life on it. You mean you bet my life on it? Wait a minute. Charisma drilled it into our heads that we wasn't gonna go hanging around the shop. Red hair. Got a couple of gingers and plenty more who get it out of a bottle. So much for a special observation. Golems ain't all cracked up to be, huh? Maybe its master knows more. Describe the young male tiefling. Tiefling, medium height, short horns, curling backward, medium length eye. Tail, eye color yellow. Hair color black, special observations annoyed. Horns, hair, tail, that sounds like me! But it's not possible. I know what the security's like here. I didn't come near the place. I give you my word, Chief. No special observations. Subject was unremarkable. There, see? Can't have been me. Describe the female tiefling. Tiefling female, above average height, hair long, pale, tail not observed, long horns. Eye color blue, special observation scar on nose, baldric with gold stitching. Huh, I don't know that one. A new arrival, most likely. Gold stitching, huh? Wouldn't mind to get know her a little better. Enough. Where is your master? Philemon Rulatris. My master is in hiding place. Revealing location of hiding place prohibited. Prohibited. He likely holed himself up in the basement when the commotion started. The entrance should be around here somewhere. Where is the basement in this place? Basement is below me. I guard basement. Leaving my post is prohibited. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta use my athletics.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Thanks, Lan. Loot! Gold ring. Okay.
Onwards.
The elderly gnome is so poorly as to be nearly spherical is curled up in the corner in the basement shaking. Marauders! Bandits! Scavengers! Yeah, makes sense. We're all those things and much, much more. Before you report us to the authorities, mind if we have a chat? Please, calm down. No one's going to rob you. Gnome peers to you. You do look better dressed than the local thieves and ragamuffins. You came here to tell me that the nightmare is over? No, it's not. You're here to steal my riches. Get back! The gnome notices Woljif and his rounded face turns scarlet. You! Woljif, the dirty little sneak thief. You've been sniffing around my shop for years. Finally worked up the courage to rob me, did you? Get out of here! You and your pals have taken everything already, I'm sure. The gnome seems to settle silently. My name's Philemon Frolitrus. I was the owner of this shop, but I'm sure I can claim to be the owner of anything now. I hope there's at least something left of it. Oh, come off it. Your shop's fine. It's a bit ransacked, maybe, but nothing a bit of a spit and polish can't fix. Where were you the night of the robbery? You think I robbed my own shop? I was here in the basement. I was told to make it look like I'd left. The watch was very keen to get their hands on those tieflings. They seem to be multiplying all over Galarian. So of course I did everything they said. I've been stuck in this basement since then. The golem wouldn't move away from the door no matter how much I yelled at it. But then I thought it was all to the good. Somebody came by after the guards and caused a ruckus upstairs, bellowing like mad, taking advantage of my absence. Tell me about the tieflings that have visited Ancestries and Wonders recently. Why should I tell you anything about my customers? You're not from the City Guard or the Eagle Watch. Let's see here. If he keeps digging his heels and I just say the word, I know how to loosen his tongue. Well, I don't want to threaten him. I guess I could lie. I'm lawful good. Why would I lie? Surprised I don't have just an ability to tell him, hey, I'm a Warpriest of the area. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll go with bluff. That's all we have. I'm helping the Eagle Watch to catch the culprits. It's in your interest to tell me everything. So they haven't got the tieflings. I thought the city's finest were on the job, and you can't rely on anyone. Ask your questions then if it's so important. Tell me about the red-haired tiefling. Red-haired tiefling, I suppose. Yes, there was one who came in, spent a long time looking around. He was a person of modest means, I could tell by his clothes, but he asked me to show him an Azamar-made shade mail. He certainly couldn't afford it. That's when I suspected something was off. I checked everything after he left, but nothing was missing. That put my mind at ease. I can't remember what he looked like. I didn't get a good look at his face. All I remember that he was wrapped in a green cloak like he was freezing, but that's all I have. And what about the tiefling woman? Tiefling woman. Ah, yes, I remember now. A noble lady, unlike the tiefling ruffians we have around here. She purchased magical equipment for the crusade. She promised to come again. If only all tieflings were like that. I'd be laughing all the way to the bank. Tell me about Woljif. Woljif Jefto. Right. Well, yes, I've known him a long time, though I'd rather not know him at all. He's been skulking around my shop for years, treating the place like a free museum. He always wanted to look at the moon of the abyss. I'd chase him out, but he'd just slink back in again. If he was with the gang that robbed my shop, I'll bet anything he swiped the moon. How come I'm the prime suspect? Whoever betrayed us all, that's the one who's got the moon. I want to see it return to you. You get me? I don't like the idea of other people's grubby mitts on it. Well, I've found out everything I want to know. If that isn't enough to help you catch the thieves, then I don't know what else to tell you. Now be on your way and leave me in peace with my wreck of my shop. Okay. All right, well, we could leave that stuff. We'll take the booze though. You don't need the booze. It's just gonna make you miserable. Maybe you do need the booze because when you go upstairs, you're not gonna like what you see.
Let's move.
Let's move. All right. Well, so we think we have the culprit well in hand now. So now we got to go back to Sister Twisted Sister. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You can use range attacks, sneak attacks on flanked enemies.
Follow me.
Alright, just in case things go badly, let's go ahead and save. Charisme drums her fingers nervously on the handle of her blade. Well, are you going to tell me who the traitor is, the name of the moon, or the abyss that they stole? I don't need anything else. Alright. Take a good look at the suspects. Tieflings are tense and ready to reach for their weapons. The only redheads are Melrune and Dofi. Dark-skinned tieflings are Varnir, Delphi, and Melrune. Delphi, Melrune, and Tavi have straight horns, but Tavi is female. Only Varmir and Melrune have green cloaks. It's gotta be Melrune, then. Because Melrune is a redhead. Melrune also has the straight horns, and he has a green cloak. Yeah. I'm ready to give a name. Well, go on, tell her. Traitor is Melrune. I can't see. I can't see. You'll pay for this. Oh, yeah, that's him. Take him away for questioning. Oh, they didn't kill him. Prisme looks weary, but her early tension is clearly lifted. He confessed someone connected to the cult of Baphomet ordered him to steal the moon of the abyss, and the best idea he could come up with was to drag us into it. He got the scroll to take out the golem. He betrayed us to Erebeth so that he could swipe the amulet into chaos. He thought we'd get nicked and he'd slink off to meet up with his customer. You've got the moon of the abyss? Let me look at it one more time. My whole life I've dreamt of holding it in my hands, if only for a second. He said when he got to the window display, the moon was gone. He's lying, of course. He had time to hand the moon off to the person who ordered it. Bloody cultist. I don't really give a toss. I'm just glad we got to the bottom of this. So, what are you going to do now? Clear out this place. The sooner the better. The city's dying. I don't want to die with it. The city would have already died if not for the people who stood up to defend it with weapons in their hands. So defend it? So defend it. I'm not stopping you. It's your city, but we've always been outsiders here. Why would we fight for you now? I could give an answer if you let me. What are you going to do with the traitor? Nonchalantly picks at her nails with her knife tip. He'll be sent to visit his distant relatives on their farm. To think about what he did. Any more questions? I guess I have to go. Good decision. I don't plan on hanging around here long either. Sister. You forgot something? What now? You should be happy to be alive. An apology. You promised to apologize me loudly in front of everyone. We're alone now, but I still want to hear it. Well? Ah, that. So sorry. I suppose for being wrong about you this time. Don't think that's just because you didn't act like a jerk this one time and will cancel out the rest of your record. I know all about you. Till next time, Woljif. Do it to diplomacy? There we go. That was the most pathetic apology I've ever heard. Alright, fine. I'm sorry, Woljif. Let's part on good terms. We won't intimidate on that. I was hoping they'd maybe go help and fight. Maybe they might still. You never know. Maybe they'll get caught up in something. Well, better than nothing. Listen, Chief, when you've got a spare minute, come see me. I have something I want to discuss with you. But for now, let's get out of here. I don't like sitting below ground when the building above is ready to crash down on our heads. Alright. Well, that quest is taken care of. Looks like it's opened up another. So, our traitor slash thief was actually working for the cultists. Surprise, surprise. Let's see here. All right, so next up in our journal, let's go ahead and let's go see if we can find a friend in need. Is it Market Square? Okay. And then we've also got these places to go take a look at too. So wait a minute, is Divided City... No, these are errands. Okay. Take it the main quest is probably here. Let's see. Or are these the main quest? No, these are not the main quest. Find the other survivors. Okay. Oh, these look like they've been completed, maybe. Okay, there we go. Yeah, high completed quests. Okay, that makes my life easier. Thank you. The last chapter to complete the quest or it will fail. The last chapter to complete the quest or it will fail after. What the hell is the last chapter mean? The last chapter to complete the quest or it will fail afterward. The last chapter to complete the quest or it will fail afterward. The last chapter complete. The last chapter. Okay. So it looks like we want to do all these. Basically do this quest before moving the story past a certain point. Okay. Well, that's the weird part. I don't know where the story quest is because, like, that's what I'm looking for so I can make sure I don't go past that. But maybe I just haven't got to that point yet. Alright, so these are all last chapters, and then the Divided City. That's an errand. You can also talk to Woljev to get the next part of this, too, it looks like. Well, we're coming from there anyway, so let's do that. We can also rest. It doesn't seem to be any situation in terms if you, like... there doesn't seem to be a time limit on anything, so I think we can rest up as much as we want all the time. It's not like it's going to basically be like, the city's destroyed. You're done. Game over. It's not Fallout. It's not Fallout. You have X amount of time to beat everything. What the? All right, we're going to see the loser weapon. This is an issue. Damn. Ah, that's a giant spider. No. No, don't like it. Stab it. Do a thing. Actually, I should have burnt it. Well, I get the sneak attack. There we go. Stabby stab, please. Oh, has it been like way past like 2 hours now? 2 hours and 13 minutes. Okay, yeah. Good. All right, we'll go to Defender's Art, and then we're going to take a small break, and then we're going to get into more.